Hey, great Monday evening. It is a beautiful evening. Yes, I can say it. A beautiful evening in the city of Brownsville, Texas. And we are back from taking care of las muelas. Had some dental work and we are some dental work that needed to get done. And I have one of the things that we were asked when we were crossing back over into the United States. We actually crossed through the Far International Bridge instead of the Ansaldúa Bridge because it was after 4 o'clock, guys. And one of the questions that was asked by the Homeland Security officer was, "What is your purpose in being in Mexico?" And I said, "Dental work." But before he had asked where we were going, I said, "We're going home to Brownsville, Texas." He goes, "Well, why not do the dental work in Matamoros?" And I said, "Because I actually had it done in Cadereyta." And he goes, "Why?" And I go like, "Thou asks too many questions." No, I didn't say that. But I responded. I said, "Well, my dentist, my friend, as the practices in Cadereyta, I trust him. I love him." And I felt very, very comfortable getting my dental work, my wages taken care of by my friend. One of the things that I think that I learned was that because I did, believe it or not, guys, I do have insurance, health insurance, and dental insurance, and vision insurance. Thank you to Jessica. Uh, Let me tell you guys, as the if y'all need insurance, Jessica Cruz, contact her. Amazing. So, guys, one of the things that I learned was that when you go do your dental work, is that here the insurance usually covers some of the stuff. But when you're talking about bridges, surgeries, or anything other, guys, they consider it cosmetic. And let me tell you, not much cosmetic in regards to having your molars in. It I feel it's a necessity, but either way, I got them at a very, very good price from my brother, my friend, who I love with all my heart. And so I want to thank my dentist at Cadereyta. Abraham, gracias, te amo, tú sabes. Good evening, good evening, good evening. El gallo de Joe Valdez, Joe Rodriguez. Canina, canina, hermosa. It has been a long weekend. And so this morning show was kind of it was actually 45 minutes. It just still didn't feel the same because we were not at the studio. Good evening, Joe Hernandez. How this dude have 5,000 likes but only 2,000 views on the video? You buying likes, bro? Let me tell you, if you ever uh, get to know me really, really well, you know I don't buy much of anything. I would not. Why would I invest likes on that show? Let me tell you, it freaked the crud out of me how many likes that show got. And before we go on, guys, let's do another 5,000 like shows. So all those people on YouTube like that damn video, please. I honestly I don't know how that happened, but I'm ecstatic that it did happen. Erasmo, saca los tacos de Monterrey. Let me tell you, man. Este, the food, amazing as always. Ramona, good evening, good evening. Ah, Chimuelo, love you, buddy. Love you too, Papa. It's just the back molars. Guys, age. Dasmo, good evening to you and your guest. Guys, we do have Jimena with us.
Hello,
Jimena,
everybody.
how you doing, Jimena? How you doing,
Hello,
Jimena?
everyone. Very well, thank you. Very excited to be here again.
Awesome. We're going to talk a little bit about politics, a little bit of school life. Just get through these comments that we won't get too far behind. Dasmo,
Of
good
course.
evening. Yes, con los new blue trash cans. Will you do the first when you get elected? No, sorry. You keep your old green trash cans. Let me tell you guys, I don't see how having a blue trash can instead of a green trash can in the mind of anyone is a priority. Guys, I and again, People say, well, therefore recycle, reduce, and reuse. Guys, no one in the city of Brownsville believes in recycle, reduce, reuse more than Erasmo Castro. No one. Everything that I wear is reused, recycled. Everything. So, but with that said, guys, do I feel that having blue trash cans is a priority for the city of Brownsville? Absolutely not. We have other pressing matters that need to be taken care attention to, other than blue trash cans. But we'll get into that as well. Don, let me log in so I don't get all those ads. See the damn ads, please. That generates revenue. Uh, Saca la bolsita. We have a student on. What's up, integrity man? Integrity badge. We're going to talk about that too. Yes, Frank, go out and vote, guys. Good evening, El Gallo de Joe Valdez. Good evening. Welcome back, guys. It's so good to be back. A great little trip. You know how much I love my Monterrey, my mountain. I'm glad to be back. One day down, just a few more to go. Jimmy, you're going to rock it, Papa. Love you, Papa. And guys, if you are watching from Port Isabel, please go out there and support. Please go out there and vote for Jimmy Vela for school PI ISD board member. Police, Brown Police sucks. I called them. They never responded. Sorry, Papa. Let me know whenever you have that kind of trouble, Papa. Sorry that happened to you. I was wondering where Jimena was. Welcome again.
Hello.
I must have missed something. What's up with the text messages? Who sent them to who? We will talk about that in the second part. We are going to have Joe Valdez come on at the last 30 minutes, and he'll hopefully have some insight and his thoughts on them. But remind me, Pepper and Patty, in case I forget. Good evening. Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Good evening. Erasmo Olimena. Welcome back. Blessings. Oh, we're almost caught up. Good evening. Evening. Let me shut up. Saca los stripes up. No. What are the blue trash cans for? I
For
have
recycling.
for recycling. Yeah. Well, I recycle too, but again, you know, guys, do I think that in the middle of a pandemic, worldwide pandemic, that getting blue trash cans is a priority for the city of Brownsville?
That's actually a very good point. I had several friends because we created a sort of a teen politics groups, and we were talking about it, and we said that that may be a bit too expensive to provide a blue trash can for every single member of the community, but something that may be better and a bit more cost effective would be to add maybe a large one so you could drop off the recycling within bags and separate themselves within plastics, cardboard, because a closer recycling plant can be a bit far away for some people and also closes around 5 p.m. So many people don't have the time to drop it off.
100%. What do you think about the lawsuit against the sheriff? Guys, I think it's extra drama that we don't need. Let the sheriff do his job. Let the constables do their job. Guys, I am more upset that individuals have not come together, guys, and attempted to resolve this without having to take that step where they're going to have to go to court. Uh, those CNA surveys from BID are BS. 100%. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, Jimena. Good.
Hello, good evening.
Hello. And after what I heard and saw, I am mad. Yeah, the city of Brownsville should be mad. Good evening, Cindy. I love you. You know, oh, I do. I planned to view the state of the city address, but I missed it. I saw Mayor summary. It was predictable. His list is so-called high-profile accomplishments. Yeah, and let me say, guys, a lot of the things that are mentioned on the list, guys, are not necessarily due to the mayor's or Rose Gowan or Ben Neese's achievements, guys. A lot of the things that have happened to the city of Brownsville are more because of location and because of hey cost of living being so low. Good evening, Sally. Buenas noches, buenas noches, buenas noches, buenas noches. Good evening, good evening. I skipped some comments. So true. There's so much trash on that. It is horrible, guys. I even posted a funny meme that I think Mike made. Called for a replacement trash can, and they said 6 to 8 weeks. Wait, thank you, trash man, for breaking mine. Exactly. They should have kept the plastic bag ban. Excellent evening, cheese and Jimena. But guess what? Nowhere on the list was the accomplishment of the retrieval of brush from the side of the roads, at least on our side of the city. It's a mess. Tonight, guys, hey, Alan, we have Jimena Guajardo, who
Hello.
is a
I'm a
graduating.
senior, yes, at Homerhana High School. So I'm here to just give up a bit of information on what's going on within the student side and BISD, and there's a lot that's going on.
Good. Te cobran los blue trash cans en las tasas de seguro, gacho. I remind you, if I don't fall asleep, ya sabes, age, don't fall asleep. So true. There's so much trash on the side of the roads. It's horrible. Uh, was this a way for Roman to get back into the Erasmo show? Guys, the conversation on those texts, we're going to go into them when Joe comes on. Conversation of the texts were not between Roman and Commissioner Neese, supposedly. They were between Commissioner Neese and Captain Bob. Vote Carlos Elizondo, Commissioner. I guess they didn't know that would be a result of the unprecedented freeze. Let me tell you. Something tells me Jimena's face is going to be on billboards very soon. Congresswoman.
Hopefully, hopefully.
Good evening. Good evening. Hannah Eagles. Ooh.
Of course you
Jimena,
do.
thank you. Caught up with the comments. How's everything going, Jimena?
It's very good. You know, one thing that I feel like a lot of people don't know is that, well, BAZ is starting to go back in person classes, and they're very upset. Like the principals, everybody in the BSC board is very upset because, like, somewhere between like 5 to 7% of the students have gone back to in person for BISD, but for IDEA, it's close to like a 40% of students to go back in person.
Let me ask you, Jimena, how how have your studies been going now that you're still doing online at home? Is that correct?
Yes, I'm still doing it online.
And you're doing well.
Yes, it's pretty well.
Let me say that one of the things that I made mention with Daniel, who is a fellow classmate of yours there at Hannah
Mhm.
High School, one of the things that Daniel and I were speaking on Saturday was how I truly feel that there's some students that were going to do well. It doesn't matter if you have them face to face, if you have them at home. Es las personas que se empeñan lo suficiente para poder seguir, o sea, salir adelante.
Yes, obviously, but again, there's some people that do need the extra help and do need like the in person so they can like be constantly reminding them to go back to work and not get distracted with everything.
100%. Now, let me ask you: do you feel that the most students out there, most of my seniors, are still concerned with contracting coronavirus or possibly bringing it back home?
Some of them are, but then some of them are just like way too used to that online because I had a COVID vaccination clinic this Friday for all seniors who were above the age of 18. And there's a lot of people, I see my friends always posting that they already got the vaccine. But then again, some people may not be eligible. They might have an allergy, so it might be a bit hard. Also, it can be pretty uncomfortable because for BISD, they pick a one classroom and you sit down in that one classroom all day. You're doing assignments on the computer, even if you are with your teacher, because you're still staying in that one classroom. So the teacher in front of you is going to be lecturing, but you're going to be listening to another class. So that's one of the reasons why it's a bit tricky and a bit confusing for some students.
Jimena, one of the things that we're ready for is graduation, which will be May for Hannah, June 6th for Rivera students. Let me ask, what are your plans after high school?
Well, I plan on going to college, and I do want to major in poli sci because I do want to come back and be a politician here.
Let me ask, do you truly feel that opportunities are plentiful here in the city of Brownsville for
No,
for students who are graduating and going away for school? Do you think most of them will return?
I really doubt it because, well, I want to be an attorney, so I want to go to law school, but there's no law school here. So if I want to come back, I have to first wait my 3 years of law school to wait to come back because there is a medical program. So some medical students can stay here, but if they want to be lawyers and attorneys, they cannot stay here. There's no law school here. And even UTRGV doesn't even offer them any classes. Like some of my friends had to go to San Antonio because they want to study forensics or neurology. And UTRGV does not offer those programs.
If she includes the vaccine is not FDA approved, yeah, I can say that very. It is a fact. The vaccine is not FDA approved, but they're okay with it being widely distributed. And let me say, Raul, I have taken three vaccines. I have taken the Johnson and Johnson. I've taken two Pfizer. And let me say, guys, not one single reaction. Nothing happened to me. It's a weird, long story, but I actually got both Johnson and Johnson and Pfizer vaccines.
Was that on purpose?
No, I had done a trial for the Johnson and
Mm.
Johnson. Had been part of a trial where they give 50 people the vaccine and 50 people a placebo. And when you're scheduled to get your vaccine, they do an unblinding, which they let you know if you've had the vaccine. If you had the vaccine, then you shouldn't go get the other one. But if you didn't get the vaccine, you got the placebo, then they suggest you go get the vaccine. So I contacted them, and sure enough, they didn't call me back, and my appointment was already set. So I went and did the Pfizer, and then like a week later, they informed me that I had actually taken the Johnson and Johnson vaccine as well.
I guess you might be extra protected.
That's what people say. I mean, at least I didn't grow another head or something, or
Maybe
another.
you won't need the booster shot.
Well, I've already gotten three vaccines.
Yeah.
So I got the Johnson and Johnson and two Pfizer's, which was the first dose and the second dose. I think that one was considered the booster. But they say I think there's word that people are saying that we're going to have to do the another vaccine within 10 months.
Yes, the booster shot,
Yeah,
especially because of the different variations of the virus.
yeah, it's not sure. We'll find out. Maybe the J&J and the two Pfizer's canceled out. Great. Don't see. Well, it's funny because I actually got the shingles vaccine and the TB vaccine because of the TB case that appeared at the maintenance department at BISD. So I got those this Saturday, guys. And let me tell you, I had more issues with those vaccines than I did with the COVID-19 vaccines.
So you're just protected against any disease now. Got all 10.
What's that?
Let me try the Moderna just to be sure. You never
Well,
know.
it actually, since you mentioned that, I did share with someone. I said, like, maybe I should take the Moderna and then not. Uh, One of the things that we've been talking about, Jimena, I'm sorry, it's a a chums.
Oh,
One of the things that we've been talking about is how there isn't or there aren't any jobs here for our students once they leave and come back. Your interest is in politics. What
yes,
are your
politics and law.
recommendations? What are your recommendations, suggestions for the city commission, for myself who's running for city commission, in regards to bringing economic development to our area?
What I would personally do is create maybe a program so that after school students, especially seniors and juniors, could start working within local government. And even if it's some sort of internship, for a couple of hours and shadowing and seeing what's going on, that could really help students to see how fun politics is. And it could really entice them to want to stay here, at least for their bachelor's. And if they want to join law school, then they are going to have to go away somewhere because there's no law school in the valley. But maybe there's some, especially within like the court systems, because obviously if you want to go shadow a court, you really can't because they close at 4 or 5 and students go to school at 4 or 5. But it could really help to bring some students after school or do like some touring so you can understand how politics really work, because even though as seniors we do take a government class, it doesn't really give you that passion that it does when you're going in person and seeing how fun and detailed and how much it can really impact somebody's life.
100%. Well, one of the things that one of the things that we learned this week is that there are talks. So I'm very, very hopeful. There are talks with in regards to bringing down a law school here
Yes.
locally. So I am excited, guys. And again, very, very excited for that to happen. We need a law school down here. It'd be amazing. I might.
Yes, there was a talk last Friday, I believe. I attended it at the Hannah School, and TSU came down and was talking about law schools, and they brought 8 students, I believe, from every single BIUD school to talk about law. and they were talking about it. The superintendent was there, and Judge Gabby Garcia was there, and also talking about how she really wants law school to be down here.
Remember, in Mama's voice, ay, me dolió mucho, 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 mucho. The shingles vaccine and the TB. Oh, it's kind of funny, but no me dolieron mucho, but I could actually feel that I got the vaccine. Is it true that vaccines need to be given every 6 months? I think it was every 9 months. Did you hear anything about that?
They were still talking about it because it was going to be a booster shot, kind of like how every 10 years you need a booster shot for tuberculosis.
Yeah,
So you need a booster shot, but it was going to be particularly for the other different variants of COVID-19. They're still researching something that covers all of the different variants.
awesome. Jimmy, why can't Erasmo's face be on a billboard for congresswoman? I mean, congressman. Hey, guys, either one is okay. We are in that type of era, the type of time. Uh, why does BISD have juniors and seniors online since most colleges have gone online for studies? I actually had a conversation. I actually had a meeting with the president of Texas Southmost College this weekend, guys. And the president of Texas Southmost College made mention that they're doing well. They're doing well in regards to online learning, online studies, and I asked in regards to this fall, and the plan is, as of right now, guys, continue on online learning. And yeah, you're right, Betty. If we're going to be having students mostly out there in regards to online learning at the college level, why don't we have our juniors and seniors, guys? A little bit more space for individuals that are ninth and tenth graders. Good idea.
Well, BIZ does want them to go back in person. The students want to be online, but how BIZ has gone around that is that they're kind of bribing students into going back online. I don't know if BIZ is giving teachers the incentive to students to go back in person, but some teachers are offering free hundreds to go back in person. Some teachers are offering 100 on the final if we go back in person. Some teachers are offering free passages to whatever we want. Some teachers are offering free hundreds on homework, 10 assignments, a minimum of a 70 on a final. They're giving us so much to go back to school, and I don't really get what they're getting. I feel like the BISD board is getting teachers like an incentive to make students go back, because what other reason would you give students, seniors and juniors, to get a free hundred on a final test as long as they go in person? I think it's very suspicious, and there's must be something going on there. I sincerely doubt that these AP teachers are offering free hundreds just to go back in person.
How is that going to work?
I don't understand. Some teachers just say, "Who's gonna come in person? If you are, then tell me, and you're gonna get 100 on the final, just because you're gonna come back into in person learning." I think it's very weird.
Well, it'll be interesting. Amanda, welcome. Can you share your perspective on the 2021 elections in the Valley? Who are you following closely? It's a quick question.
Yes. Well, obviously, I do want my uncle Carlos Elizondo to win for city commissioner, as well as everybody here on this call. And I am following a lot of, because I do talk often with my uncle and like what's going to do better for the city. And I'm very excited, and I really hope he wins. He has some very interesting perspectives, and I hope that I think as he gone here and talk about what he wants to do for the city, because it's very interesting what his policies would be, or what like he really wants to change. He really wants to help the people and get really involved in the community. Because what I've noticed with a lot of other politicians is that they kind of like are side, kind of like step back and don't really see what the people need, but he wants to change that and sees particularly what does the people need, what are the students, what is the youth, what can we do to help, and it's very amazing.
Good evening, guys. Amanda, welcome back. By the way, CVS vaccines available right now. Yes, I just posted. Go to cvs.com for code location should pop up with availability slots this Thursday and Friday. Great job. Thank you. Appreciate that information. Now you need your rabies vaccine. Let me tell you, I actually considered it for a while. Are they giving them at BISD schools now? No, they might be opposite at the city of Brownsville, though. Jimena, they are giving an incentive, $1,000. That's crazy money.
Yeah.
I want to go back to school. You have thoughts on returning to school the last 2 months left, or is waiting better until August? May as well.
Mm,
Wait, right?
I think that it might be better until August because it's still a lot of teachers students to get vaccinated, and it might be a bit dangerous because I know that well, sophomores and freshmen and most juniors can't get vaccinated. So I think it would be better for until August. And as a lot of seniors, we already are like pretty much done. It's gonna be already May, and we're gonna be already graduating. I don't understand why they're just so hyper focused on getting us back into the classrooms when we're already almost done.
For you, Matt, do you take dual classes? If so, what advice do you have for students are thinking of trying to get an associate's degree?
Okay, very interesting. So in PhD, they don't do what other districts do. You can either take an AP, which is an advanced placement, or a dual class. They don't offer both combined. Other districts do, but for some reason, BIZ doesn't. So I chose AP because any college accepts AP credits, but only a specific amount of colleges accept dual. So they want to stay here or any that's like within the UT, like UTSA or just regular UT or whatever, they do take the dual, so it is very helpful. The only thing is that they have to really focus on their grades because if you get a low grade within a dual class, it affects your transcript for forever. So you can't really change that. But personally, I chose AP because it takes within any college.
Perfect. Awesome. Let's see. Of course, now we are not getting incentives to get y'all back to classroom. We are facing pressure from administration
Yeah, exactly. Maybe that's what's going on. I've
regularly.
seen the emails and they're just like, we need at least 3 students from every single class. It's your fault if you don't make it back. And it's like we don't want to go back. And a lot of students are going back because of the incentives they're giving, like a free 100 in a final. A lot of students are taking it.
Of course, they want students to go back to face to face. 100 in grades is equivalent to thousands of dollars for school fundings. Yikes. That's not what my daughter says. They're giving incentives. Yeah, no incentives. Not good. Teacher are giving kids incentives, especially on assignments. Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
Hello, Erasmo. Jimena. Glad you're co-hosting with Erasmo.
Hello.
Hey, Fifi, hermosa. Ms. Jimena, I hope you realize that you are in a key position to encourage all students 18 and over to get involved, get out and vote for Carlos and Erasmo. Thus, those of us hungry for change need your help with this. 100%.
Yes, I'm very excited because I know that I do talk with a lot of my friends and I am trying to get more youth involved because in schools they don't really talk about any like elections. They don't really have that political discussion. Even within the AP classroom, they don't really talk about elections, which I think is very sad. But little by little, especially within extracurricular activities, which BIZ doesn't really fund, which they should, but they don't.
100%. Smart girl, way to go. Congratulations. What in the world are we teaching the kids? What a shame. How does that affect GPAs? Do you know, Jimena?
Oh, yes. Okay, so what happens is that a regular classroom is worth a bit less than an AP class. So technically, the best way that they explain it is like if you get a 16 in AP class, it's they bump it up to like a 70. So you have like a 10-point cushion. So it kind of like passing and helps with your GPA more because it's a harder class. It weighs more.
Awesome. Uh, hello, for Jimena. What college are you going to?
I think I might go to St. Mary's San Antonio to study political science and maybe statistics.
Great law school. They do have a law school program, right? St. Mary's?
Yes,
Great law school program. Well, regarding the hundreds for attendance is easy. They put the teachers' backs against the wall. They need to deliver it. Might cost them their job. Unfortunately, that is very, very true. From Patty, he is over 65 to get the shingle shot. 32 guys. 32. But remember that Erasmo Castro gets shots plentiful. Vaccines. Often, regularly, muchísimas. Why do they still insist on calling it face to face? It's not. We may be in the same classroom but lecturing on the computer screen. It's ridiculous.
exactly. The students are not even able to pay attention because they stay in the classroom for their all 9 periods and they're only listening to the teacher for one of their classes. They're not changing classes within every single class. The other 8 classes, they're on a classroom listening to the teacher on their screens, same as if they were at home, but just not safe.
We should graduate here. Take dual enrollment. Ozzy, please come out and vote, and get your friends, all your friends to come out and vote, please. I need your help, bro. I need y'all's help as well, Jimena. They will transfer to all credit college in Texas. It's literally free college credits at the high school level. Preach, bro. Awesome. Jimena, anything other going on in Jimena Guajardo's life?
Well, other than BISD, and hopefully, I do get to talk with Carlos and he just talk to you because I don't know if you noticed, but a lot of the youth, we are very like pro green and pro recycling. So maybe I can talk to you and talk to Carlos because we have a small group, or I have a small group, and hopefully we can meet with you guys because we have a lot of ideas, especially the one within Portable like who's running. He could also come talk to us because we have several people who go to South Padre to the school there who they really care about going green and have so many like ideas and it's so smart. And now those people, they're 18 and they're voters. So hopefully their voice can be heard just as much as mine.
Well, let me say that I greatly appreciate your enthusiasm. I greatly appreciate your mindset. I know I have faith that you're going far. Let me say, guys, that one of the things that I've had the opportunity to speak with, like Daniel, and to a lot of my other high school students and recently graduated students, guys, is the importance of making sure that go out there and vote, but not only go out there and vote, encourage those friends that we have on Instagram, Snapchat. Please, guys, it's really important, guys. You coming back to the city of Brownsville 4 years from now, 3 years from now, 2 years from now, Ozzy, and having something to say, this is mine, this is my community's, I can make my life here, is what is important to us.
Yes, that is very important. And it would be much better if BIC could maybe fund programs because I know that I personally struggled at home in high school to get the minimum funding for debate. I struggled for months to get $15 for a debate stand, and I was never able to get it. So I really hope that maybe within a couple years next, I could maybe come here and again fight for students to join debate and the speaking clubs because that really helps students maybe in the freshman year or even in middle school who are like 12, 11 years old to really get like the passion and that love for their community. Because when they're young, they start writing and researching and saying that I can make this happen. I could actually create a change. And that's why they want to come back and actually enact the change within their communities.
Hirana, thank you so much again for being on. We hope to have you on hopefully next week in the
Yes,
middle of early voting and maybe during the results night. Is that again? Continue to encourage all your friends out there. We need their help, really do.
yes, of course. Thank you
Thank
so much
you.
for having me.
No, thank you, Jimena. Aquí tienes tu casa. You come by anytime you can.
Thank you so much. Bye, guys. Hope everybody has a great night and see you next week.
Blessings. Guys, this was Jimena Guajardo, and really appreciate her insight. Guys, one of the things that I think Joe will agree with me, as well as Ms. Lamas, is guys, we need our young kids to also be involved in the process, and I think that that's one of the things that Joe has done very, very well. He has communicated with a lot of his students out there, meaning that he has a huge list of students that he's taught and who are now members of the community. As to Joe, how is it getting students involved in their civic duty?
Well, first of all, good evening, Erasmo, and good evening to everybody. Thanks for having me on. And, I started 17 years ago, Erasmo, by sponsoring a student organization. It's a career and technology student organization group, and it has a leadership component to it. And it was a way to get younger students involved in the process of elections, and it's helped. And one of the things that I noticed is when I was at Veterans, there are a couple people there, including the one of the librarians that's very much involved in getting all the seniors registered to vote they go through the whole process and then actually get them out to vote. So it's important that we start teaching them young so that they can come back into the community and be contributing members and getting them out to vote. And I think we are, Erasmo. In the last few years, we've seen an increase in the youth vote.
100%. And I'm very, very proud of my students out there. And I've had communication with several during the time before early voting starting, and they're excited, and I'm glad. Let me say, Joe, one of the things that we did notice today, the numbers in regards to the individuals that came out to vote came out, and we had 243 people come out to vote today.
I saw that.
This is a very low number, guys.
Mm-hmm. I know when I went to after school, when I went to go vote, I talked to the people there, and they said that they had a very long, quiet day. So I sat out there for about 45 minutes, and I got to tell you that I probably saw maybe at the most, and I'm being generous here, is 10 people actually come in to the public library to vote. So it was actually pretty sad. I can tell you that I think it's something we expected. We expected a low turnout, but yeah, it's actually coming into a reality. Hello.
Let me say, guys, one of the things that I hope to encourage, starting tomorrow, guys, I'm going to be on social media every minute of the day tomorrow, guys. I'm going to be sending you private messages to get yourself out there and vote, guys. If voter turnout is as low, continues to be this low, guys, throughout the next 8 days, guys, there's no way that we will lose this race. We need you to do your part. We need you to send messages. We need you to send text. We need you to make calls. We need you to take people out to vote. Take them out to vote. Let me say, just be careful what you text, because sometimes individuals might want to go out there and text obscenities when they're actually sitting on the city commission. Joe, have you had a chance to see the text messages that were allegedly sent by Commissioner Ben Nice? Uh, Same text that Commissioner Jessica Tetreault made mention of, and also stated that she was taken to the ethics committee. Have you had a chance to see those texts?
Is this the one that mentions Roman's name? And I think it's between. Is that the one with Captain Bob?
Yes. Kiss the ring.
Yes.
The P word, the F word, the P word again.
Yeah, very, very disappointing, Erasmo. I mean, from one of our city officials, one of our city leaders, to hear that type of banter back and forth it's pathetic. I mean, let's just call it what it is. It's pretty pathetic.
Well, one of the things that these people are very, very good at, guys, acá fuera, they appear to be everything's okay. You look out in the open, guys. These people, they appear like, que no, como dicen, que no quiebra ni un plato. They appear to be all holier than thou. And let me tell you, I experienced that throughout the forum that we had this past Thursday, guys. They estaban indignados, like, how dare Erasmo call us out on benefiting from downtown area, guys. It's a fact. They benefit directly from downtown and from SpaceX. Am I wrong, Joe?
Now, sadly, it's the truth.
Directly, guys. They benefit directly. But let me say, after I made mention of that, which is truth, guys, Commissioner Nice went out there and said I was ignorant. A good definition for ignorant is not being well versed with facts and not being able to have dialogue with individuals. And we've said this, having to use curse words instead of using appropriate words when it comes to dialogue was the comments that were made were very tasteless, and let me say, very ignorant, very, very ignorant.
Unprofessional.
Unprofessional, guys. Let me tell you, very unprofessional for a city commissioner, very unprofessional for an attorney, very unprofessional for someone that's seeking reelection in this office. Very unprofessional. The second individual that went out there, who took offense to me saying that they benefited directly from
Downtown.
SpaceX and from downtown, said that I was ridiculous and stated that I was not well behaved. And let me say, guys, I want to believe that she was referring to my DWI, my Class B misdemeanor, which I have very openly, guys, very openly shared with you all. Well, maybe her candidate, Mr. De Los Santos, should be very, very open on his arrest, on his orange jumpsuit, because Mr. De Los Santos was arrested. Commissioner for District 3 was arrested, folks. And I think alleged DWI, guys. And again, guys, more power to him. I hope he does well in regards to it. I hope he goes through the process. I would hope that he would be a little bit more transparent in regards to sharing with the community, some of the things that a lot of folks would consider, hey, misbehaving. Like Commissioner Gowan mentioned. Even your opponent, Mr. Velez, Joe, made mention that he didn't want to get caught in a bar, by students or former students, which is okay, guys. But again, we cannot sit on a platform and believe ourselves holier than thou when we're not. And unfortunately for us, guys, there is zero transparency when it comes to Rose Gowan. There is zero transparency when it comes to Bernice. There isn't, guys. And again, I challenge them to come and dispute the facts, but they won't. They won't discuss facts. They won't enter into dialogue. You know why, Joe? Because they'd rather insult. They'd rather use profanity than have civil discourse with someone that they don't agree with. And they hate the fact, guys, that someone is going to come out there and call them out on their bullcrap. Call them out on their bullcrap, guys. Well, let me say, my job in the city of Brownsville, guys, my job in the city of Brownsville is to share with you the information. And I appreciate Commissioner Jessica Tetreault sharing the information on her social media page in regards to the unethical behavior, the terroristic threat, the higher, holier than thou, kiss my ring, Commissioner Bernice. And let me tell you, folks, Rose Gowan is exactly the same. Am I wrong, Joe?
I mean, just reading those texts back and forth, it was so disheartening, Erasmo, to know that that's the kind of leadership that we have in the city. But in defense to him, maybe he's in the middle of the Game of Thrones season and he feels that kiss the ring thing applies. I'm not sure. Hey, Miss Betty, I don't know. I'm very disappointed with our leadership at Alman, and I have been for a while. So that's the reason why I'm running.
A good job. He should step down. He's not going to. Sure, Erasmo, when are you going to be elected for president? Erasmo 2024. I love you, Esteban. Love you, Papa. You lost her. I haven't lost her yet. She still wants to come back to me. But I've set some rules. I told her, you got to behave. You got to stop being ridiculous, and you got to stop being ignorant. Y el city manager, crickets.
Oh no, there's some crickets. I don't know. How'd you feel about that, Erasmo? I feel I was left out of that. Wish you luck. You know how he came out and wished everybody luck except me and you.
That was the city mayor.
Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. What did you say?
The city manager.
It's right in front of me. Sorry,
Burro.
I saw that. I saw that M and jumped into that.
Let me say, guys, I'm pretty disappointed, and I'm going to say this right there. I'm pretty disappointed in regards to the. I'm pretty disappointed in regards to the Brownsville conservative groups. Some of the people that are part of the Brownsville conservative groups, they had a forum. They're having a forum this week where they're presenting candidates, guys, and our invitation must have gotten lost in the mail. But it's very clear who they're supporting. And let me tell you guys, they are supporting the least conservative candidates out there. And I'll say this, guys, this is one of the reasons why the Conservative Party here, the Republican Party, is always going to fail. It's always going to fail, my folks, because of these losers that lead the group. Guys, if you are part of the Brownsville conservative group and they had a forum, guys, they had a forum where they did not invite the most conservative candidates, or they didn't invite all candidates, jump ship, leave that damn group, because in no way, shape, or form do they hold any values that are akin to a constitutionalist, because Rose Gowan is out for herself, for pocketing that money that's coming her way, for not paying taxes and expecting you to pay taxes. That is what she's all about. Because again, she pays no property tax. You do. I do. We all do. But they don't. They do not pay property tax. They benefit directly from SpaceX. They benefit directly from BCIC grant money. Everything. And look, guys, the mayor is so desperate, guys, to get Rose Gowan back. Desperate to get Rose Gowan back because they have all been a part of the failures that we have witnessed, not only as of recent, but in the past year of the pandemic, guys. Let me say, guys, again, they tout BCIC money. BCIC money was not for small business here in the city of Brownsville. It was for their business, their interests, guys. And again, I challenge anyone out there who is not part of their clique to come and tell me that they received grant money, $10,000 from BCIC. But the mayor says that 8 of his compadres received $10,000 each. Joe, do you think that's fair?
Absolutely not.
Joe, when you win, first thing on your to-do list is to get better internet in your area.
Yeah, I'm all for that. We have students that live in this area that have the same issues that I have. So yeah, absolutely.
Good job. Going to vote tomorrow after work. What polling sites are open? Library, please. It's the most common used. Joe, ¿a poco eres el mismo that's running for commissioner, aka por la pace?
Yes, that's District 4.
Es el mismo, nomás que se ve más feo en vivo.
Hey, man, I shaved. I look like my poster now.
How can they be transparent if when he sat on the court bench judging people when him himself was caught smoking pot in a domestic violence where someone was stabbed and he has some nerve? Again, guys, the laws do not apply to them in any way, shape, or form. Did you say they hate the facts or they hate fat guys? Yeah. What do y'all think was going to happen? This is war.
That's what that text said.
Just a thought. Does it seem right that the mayor comes out and endorses and asks citizens to vote for certain candidates? Guys, he wants his yes people on there, guys. And look, it's the same people that I've made mention before. He wants Rose Gowan there because she's a yes person, guys. Rose Gowan was involved in, and Roy de los Santos were involved in the Tenasca deal, in the commissions, the committees, the boards. They were involved in everything, guys. Of course he wants them back. They're his yes people. Joe, what else is it?
I don't know, but looking at that, you'd think that we'd be offended of not being in that group that's being wish well, and I can tell you that I've never been more proud not to be part of that group because it's exactly what you're saying. I I'm glad I'm not part of that group.
I am honored not to be a part of that group. What? Not paying property taxes? No, because her house is historical. Castro, you were supporting Trey Mendes previously. Now, but now you're no longer doing so. Why the change of heart? It's not a change of heart. Guys, let me tell you guys, I've stated before and I'll continue to state when politicians do well, Frank, we applaud them. When they do horribly, we call them out. And let me tell you, the falling out that Mayor Mendes and I had to do with the way that they handled the freeze of February, the February freeze. It's that simple. We were asking the city of Brownsville, Frank, to do something for the people of Brownsville. They did nothing, Frank. It took them 3 days, Frank, to respond to open up the FEMA dome, which is an emergency dome. 3 days. And then they only opened it from 9 to 9 so people could go recharge their chargers and go back home to the cold weather, to no electricity at home. And the reason that the FEMA dome wasn't used for overnight shelter was because they have no generators. So when we called them out, the mayor got upset. The mayor called the police department, something that y'all are very well versed in. Called the police department and sent the police department knocking on my door. Unfortunately for the police department, I was in Cancun. But I did have a conversation with the police department and I said, "You're joking, right?" And they said, "Sir," and this is what the police department said, "Joe, sir, we know it's a game that they're playing. They're trying to divert attention." And that's what even pissed me off more, Frank, that they would use me to try to divert the attention, something that you did also. Because during that freeze, you went out there and posted that I was supporting and encouraging the kids that went out there to do those pranks. I did no such thing. And you know it's not true. Did no such thing. And look, all you have to do is ask questions. I will answer I will answer to the best of my ability, but I will always tell you the truth. And again, I had nothing to do with the individuals that went out there and pranked the city of Brownsville. In no way, shape, or form. What I did do is I applauded that they had helped by directing traffic. And that is worthy to applaud because get this concept. You applaud when they do well, but you call them out when they do bad. And I expect that from everyone, guys, from everyone, for everyone. If for no other reason, these incumbents need to go because they don't pay taxes. They don't support the financial success of the city they claim to love. They don't, guys. And they expect for you to kiss
The ring.
the ring. Because to them, Teresa, to them, you and me are peasants. You and me are peasants. And how dare Erasmo? How dare Erasmo call them out in a public forum? How dare he? And that is why I got insults hurled my way. And that is why they are being allowed to go onto other forums. And Joe, myself, do not. That is why Mayor Mendez is out there endorsing them. Pura gente soberbia en la comisión. Bro, kiss the ring. That's what they said. Do you find all this drama strange? I mean, really, commissioner against commissioner seems weird. Guys, unfortunately, let's go back. Let's go back into the we were talking about Sheriff Garza's lawsuit, guys. Let's go back into Sheriff Garza's lawsuit. I'm going to say the same thing, Linda. We expect our elected officials to sit down and work things out. Now, people might say, "Well, that's what about you and Sylvia Atkinson?" Very easy. Sylvia Atkinson was stealing money from our children, and Erasmo Castro went to report her to the federal government. That is the difference. You don't make understandings with individuals that are ratas. Joe Valdez is the best choice, period. Everyone else has their pockets lined and don't care about the people. What's for breakfast, Erasmo? Lo que me quieras invitar, papá. Bring it over to the office in the morning. We'll have breakfast here together. Did you think BISD is going to keep it hush hush when they get Papi Elon Musk money? Or are they going to do a big show to congratulate themselves? Big show. I hear that Idea is getting $500,000. Port Isabel is already getting $125,000. More power to them, guys. Joe, when are they going to finish paving Los Sevenos? Ya me harté de dar todo a la vuelta when I'm going to Oliveira Park a jugar soccer y el carnezazo que no me invitas.
I don't know. It seems that every time they start getting somewhere, they start tearing up another street. I mean, Boca Chica still not finished. Alton Glore still not finished. 802. Like, it seems like they get started somewhere and they just keep making a mess everywhere else. And,
See,
let me add one more thing there. One of the things that I've always wondered, Osmo, is why can't we do what they do in most cities, and that is when we put out for bids for the fixing the roads, why can't we have them do it overnight when there's hardly any traffic, just like they do in most cities? Like, why do they have to be working at 12 o'clock noon when we have that lunch rush or right after work? I mean, it's crazy. I don't understand. They are providing a service that they're getting paid for, and we, as a city, should be demanding that if you want this bid, you should be able to do this in the evening hours when everyone's asleep and there's less traffic to deal with. So I don't know. Is that just me, or is that something that we can't get done?
It's the individual. Seems like someone is distracting you both away from your campaign. I don't buy it. I think it's just a tricky shoot. Let me say, Linda, this show is to share with you what is going on locally, current events. This show is not geared at, unlike some of the bloggers have been saying, geared at vote Erasmo Castro. But I do want you to vote Erasmo Castro. These shows, we talk about what happens during the day here in the city of Brownsville so you can be informed. Como dice, que no le digan, que no le cuenten. That's all we do. But am I distracted from the campaign? Oh, come on, Linda. I mean, I'm going to every single forum that I can. I'm upset that we weren't invited to one of the forums out there that is a conservative group forum. I'm pretty upset. So you have to maintain a couple of things separate. One of them is the direction of this show. I mean, if it was all vote, 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 then we don't have a show, because the campaign's over May the 1st, unless it goes into a runoff. I will share with you, Linda, everything that happens throughout the day. I have made that promise to you, and I will continue to do that. I will share with you the current events of the day. And that is a current event of the day. A commissioner being reported to the Ethics Commission is news. Is news. And if you ask Mr. Valdez, he's probably very happy that it came out because he's actually running against Mr. Commissioner Neese. Erasmo or Mr. Valdez, can you find out who or what 8 businesses got the $8,000 grants? Let me say, Rolando, will do my best. Actually, I will submit an open records request and find out. Frank Marr, get your followers support Erasmo, Joe, and Carlos. That would be good. Which conservative group? Brownsville Conservative Group. Brownsville Conservatives, I think it's called. I don't know what they're called. I never heard of them. It's probably like 5, 6 people out there.
Do you know where that forum's being held, Erasmo?
Yes, I know exactly where that forum is being held. That forum is being held. Let me get to it. Hidden Valley Neighbors. Hidden Valley Neighbors, a chance to meet candidates running for city commission, meeting at corner of Shadowbrook and Fireside Drive. Uh, and again, they invited Gowan, De Los Santos, and Miss Puente Bradshaw. Maybe our invitation was lost in the mail. No, more cheese es el contra. They all are. Can you tell us about the people on a city committee earning $80,000? Actually, those individuals are deputy city managers, guys, in the city manager's office. Two of them are making 80, 82, 83. The other two are walkers that are making the 82 is Ramiro Gonzalez. The 83 is Solesi. The 130 couple is the walkers, 130 each. The deputy Brenda, I don't know her name, makes 195, and your city manager makes 225. For what? Absolutely nothing. Yeah. The mayor needs to look up the word neutral. I understand he has the right to support whoever he wants. However, he should conduct himself in a non-partial way. Calladito te ves más bonito. Hey, Joe, I love your glassware. Qué raza.
Oh, my, that's what.
It's very simple. If in the last 4 years where you live, it has kept in trash, brush, street potholes, lights, no growth, how they handled COVID, freeze, and no job increase, taxes misused, then no one should vote for the incumbent at the very least. I agree. Unbelievable. The mayor was so unprofessional in publicly supporting candidates when he may be working with different ones after election. What a way to start with a new commission. He needs to go. Definitely, without a doubt. Proud peasant rather than obnoxious, petulant, and thieving liars. So,
Agreed.
how are the hotels doing in Boca Chica Beach as per Mr. Velez? I have not seen one yet. Y'all hit nerves and it hurts during early voting. Hey, elections aren't easy. Trey Mendez es un llorón, 100%. Informed, yes, absolutely. But did anyone see the ethics committee meeting today? Now that was an education and city standards. I did not. If you don't mind sharing with me, that'd be awesome. JT, with all due respect, the source is Jessica forwarding this to ethics is laughable. She should be glad the citizens public comment she snapped at didn't file a violation against her. And let me tell you guys, anyone that thinks that feels that they have been wronged by any commissioner, I encourage should go out there. But at the end of the day, let me say, guys, it's food for fodder, guys. Let me say that again. I experienced the wrath of Ben Nice at a public forum. I shared the video. It's going to get called out, and I did call it. Him bursting onto the scenes with allegedly those text messages, guys. You know, I honestly don't care where the text messages come, but they're a clear, open window, folks, to their mindset. Kiss the ring. Is anyone on here tonight, guys, okay with kiss the ring? I find that even more offensive than the foul language that he used. Kiss the ring. Has Bradshaw asked why you were invited? I did address that question, and she did not know. I heard city manager was at 275 now. With the raise, I think it's closer to 250. I don't understand why the mayor's endorsing a candidate that is already serving on 5 different boards in Brownsville. How can Roy be committed to the city commission when his time is split in all different directions? It's not only that. Let me tell you, these committees, Anna Karen, these committees are part of the problem with the city of Brownsville. These committees are part of the problem. We have absolutely no representation on there. I'm selling 10 acres of SpaceX. Not. Where can we see those texts? On my page. Joe will be the accused on the commission. You are mistaken. They are on my page. Guys, our hour is up. It is early voting, folks. Please, guys, go out and vote. Tomorrow, expect text messages, messenger messages to every single one of you from Erasmo Castro. Go out and vote, please, guys. Please. Because of the way the numbers are looking, guys, there's absolutely no way that we should not win this race, guys. With that said, we need you to fight alongside with us, guys. Alongside with us up to the end, up to May the 1st, guys. We need you to go and get folks out there to vote, please. Please. Again, I appreciate individuals who see wrongdoing and report wrongdoing. No, not fine with that. Very offensive and indicative of how Ben Nice really thinks, acts, and conducts himself pathetically. Few votes today, going soon. Thank you, Baba Rocco. Please. When Joe gets elected, I want a 5G antenna on the chicken coop. He might make that happen. Go out and vote, guys. Joe, last words?
Okay, guys. So, what?
Or anything other you want to touch on?
I've actually been waiting to talk right in our closing. I want to ask everybody not to think that your vote doesn't matter. If we learned anything from the November elections, is that 1 or 8 mysterious votes do make a difference, and it is important that we don't just say, well, it's okay, I don't have to go, or wait. One of the things that happens is that when we wait and I'll just go tomorrow, and the next, I'll just go Friday. Then Friday comes along, and I'll go Monday or two. It just keeps happening that way, and you're gonna miss your opportunity to cast your vote. But in addition to that, it is incredibly important that you not only vote, but you encourage other people to come out and vote. And I know at this point, guys, we have to flood social media with pictures of your voter sticker, so that you can motivate and encourage people to come out and vote. I was out there, and the people that I talked to that had been out there all day said that today was very, very, very simple, and it's something that was anticipated, but it's too important of a race that we leave it up to someone else to make that difference, guys. Don't let someone else take your opportunity to make a difference in the city. Come out and vote. Get everyone you can, message them and encourage them to come out and vote soon. Thank you, guys. And we need to make sure that the incumbents do not come back to represent us. Thank you.
I think I still have mine. Mine's orange. I think it's still orange. I might be wrong. I'm not sure. It's been said your numbers in prior races have been strong. If only half of those followers cast their vote to change, it's a bag. Brownsville wins. Guys, I'm counting on that. I need that. I need you to come out and vote. Come out and vote. Term limits, 100%. Imagine the Brownsville we could have if Joe Carlos Erasmo get elected. Go vote, folks, please. And guys, let me say this again. I cannot stress this enough, guys. This is your race, guys. Not just my race, not just Joe's race. It's all our races, guys. You have to get out there and get your family and friends out to vote. You have to encourage all that you can, and take some people out to vote, guys. I mean, it's the only way that we're actually going to affect any change out there, guys. So please, guys, please bring folks out to vote. Last comment. Stay focused, boys. Always, always, Linda. Thank you, Mama. I love you. Guys, have a great evening. It's good to be back home. Tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, I'll see you here, guys. We'll see what else happens throughout the evening. We'll see what other fights take place. Never a dull day in Brownsville politics. Joe, thanks for being on, my man.
Thanks for having me.
Guys, have a great evening. Again, social distance, face coverings, hand sanitizer, guys. Right now, it's up to you to keep your family, yourself safe. Guys, tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, guys, be good to each other. And please be good to me. God bless.